made me cry. It was so raw and vulnerable and emotional, and I so respect how he is channeling his grief and his loss and his pain and his sadness into art and into music, and he's using that as a means to heal. Um, he's gone through so much, and um, I just feel like he's, by committing to his art, he is committed to his healing. And his music is unique and it's truthful, and I feel proud of him, even though he's talking about depression and feeling nothing. Um, he's still doing something, and I he's moving through it, even if he doesn't feel like he is. He's moving through it, and yeah, I just really appreciate the honesty of this film, and I'm really so glad that I was able to watch it. And I think as an artist myself, it's really inspiring to move through the grief and create through the grief, and not just let it consume you.
Interesting piece, mainly because of its ability to mix dark themes with dark humor. And I thought that there was a lot of very interesting symbolic and thematic dynamics built around the creative process, what it means to be an artist, and what it means to sort of turn your pain and your trauma into art itself, and how that affects who you are as a person and your community and how you relate to people around you. I thought the lead actor was very dynamic, and there was a sort of, I'm assuming, a faux documentary aspect to the piece that really made it much more personal and made it much more powerful. And I felt like the piece was really great at sort of like not avoiding its dark themes and painful implications from the man's divorce, I believe, and his father passing away, but also knowing how to find humor in these moments and sort of being appreciative of being able to find art out of these moments and the community and the space that you get from making art that connects with people. So I thought it was a very avant-garde, creative dynamic with the piece that really made it very interesting and striking. I thought all the actors on screen are really great at reflecting sort of the sort of unique expressions of an artistic persona and what it means to sort of want to express yourself in this way, even if it's coming out in sort of very raw and primal style that's typical of this band's music performances. But in general, I thought it was well done.
Covered kind of a dark subject matter with, you know, the father dying, but it had a certain lightheartedness around it. I think there were a lot of great sound editing choices and bringing, making something beautiful out of this cacophony of styles and music and tones, and piecing it all together to make a piece respective of what this person has dealt with and the tragedy that they're facing, and coming out, with a beautiful piece while discussing pretty, depressing subject matter, but with a light-hearted manner, if that makes sense. I think you do that really well, and I think it was edited together really well to make a really cohesive piece that kind of shows that, out of pain and suffering, there can still be beauty. And I think that's, the point of art.
This film has beautiful storytelling, lots of emotions unpacked, raw, unfiltered expressions of grief. The monochrome edition gives an extra level of nostalgia, darkness, but also hope, with scenes under the sunlight. That scene was beautiful with the interview. He has this sun rays directly at him. There's also this scene at the lake shore, and most importantly, you have close-ups to their creative process, the frustration during the production of this record, and these lyrics are just so intense and so emotional. It's just a brilliant film. I am so glad.
At first, I saw this more as sort of a dark comedy documentary, just with how he was talking about his divorce and the death of his father and the death of his therapist, sort of with this note of humor to his voice. And we hear his music is described as, an Adam West Batman theme song. So definitely on the lighter side of things, but talking about this dark subject matter. And it works. It balances both very well. His music is amazing, just like the clashing of different genres of music and all the different musicians together making this song about. He talks about himself, how odd it is for all of these people to come together to make music about his dead father. I think it's great, and also being able to hear from all those musicians and their experience with it as well. I'm getting sound bites from them. And then, as the film goes on, I liked how honest it gets about, and how dark, and it delves into this heavy material, and it's able to balance that with the more comedic side of his music. And it just, dealing with heavy material, like how people process grief, was done really well. And I also appreciated that they had all of this in black and white. I think that choice worked really well.
It is good to, tragedy is hard and grief is hard. And I like the idea of a short film about somebody dealing with that tragedy in a healthy way, in a pseudo healthy way, which is with music and through art and through expressing creativity. And I thought putting that on film and telling that story is important. So that's why, that's part of the reason why I liked the love songs of Oedipus Rex. And then also the cinematography was dope. The B-roll was dope. The choice to shoot it in black and white was dope. And it was really well edited together. And then also the songs are great.
This poor guy, you really feel for him watching this story. You can feel the pain, and the fact that he's using music to express that pain is a great outlet for him, I think. I loved the choice of putting the lyrics on screen while not putting captioning on anything else. It really emphasized that his art, creating music, is becoming a vital part of who he is now since his divorce. You can feel that he really loved his wife and that he didn't feel like he wanted his marriage to end, but it came to the point that it kind of needed to. The black and white nature of the film really impacts the drama too, where you can feel for this guy except for the colored lyrics on screen. You can really feel what he's going through, and the fact that he has supportive friends who are there for him to help him by really helps this as well to tell the complete narrative.